Good morning, kindergarten and first grade mathematicians, and welcome to another exciting day of learning. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a number of the day, but before we get started, I brought a jar full of markers today so that we can do an estimate or a guess for how many markers do you think are in my jar. I also asked some of my friends here with me today what their guess was. What do you think? Now, my jar is pretty big. It's pretty tall. It's a little bit bumpy, so you can't see exactly how many are in there. What would your guess be? Give me an estimate. Now that you have that number in your head, let's count and see how close we got. I'm going to just dump them out. I have all different kinds of markers in my jar today. Make sure that I get them all out. They're all out. And let's count and see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 markers in my jar today. Were you able to count along with me? Did you guess 13? Was your number too high or too low? Or did you get it right on? I asked some of my friends who are here with me today. Mr. Ortiz guessed 12. Was his number too high or too low? His estimate was just a little bit too low because we had 13. So he was 1 off. Miss Linda also guessed 12. Was hers the same? It was. So hers was also just a little bit too low. Now Miss Abby, she guessed 4. Silly Miss Abby, she was way off. She didn't even get to a double-digit number. So she had to get 8 more markers before she was close to these. Now, these markers are fun, and I can do a lot of different things with these markers. I can sort them by the same colors. I can measure them by their sizes. I could also organize them biggest to smallest if I wanted to. Lots of fun things that I could do with my markers. Do you have a collection at home that you could play with and see about measuring or sorting? That would be a lot of fun. We've done a lot of practice with different collections over these days. I want to see what you've been working on. Send us some pictures. Today we're going to work on our number of the day. Our number of the day today is the number 15. Let's count to number 15. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's write it in the middle. To make a 15, remember that all teen numbers start with 1. So I have a 1 and a 5. 15 is going to be my number of the day. Did you write along with me? Now, today we're going to start with tally marks in my first box. Remember that a tally mark is just a straight line, and when you get to a number 5, you cross that line over. Let's count together and get to 15. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't forget to cross it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's another cross. So now when I see my tally marks, I know that 15 is 3 groups of 5. 5, 10, 15. What comes after 15 if I'm counting by 5s? 20. I love counting by 5s. Keep practicing along. Now I'm going to write the word 15. When I wrote this word, it did not look correct. Let's see. 15. F, I, another F, and here's that teen number that we've been practicing. T, E, E, N. 15. You write it almost like it sounds, but when I look at it, to me it looks a little funny. But we got it right. Now, is 15 odd or is 15 even? We've talked a lot about odd and even numbers. And remember that even numbers always have a match. So let's draw them in twos and see if 15 is an odd or an even number. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. He's all alone. All of these ones have a match. So this tells me that 15 is not even. 15 is odd. So let's write that word down here on the bottom. 15 is odd. Now, we've represented the number 15 3 different ways. Our last way is going to be draw it. Now, you can draw anything you want. You can draw monsters or hearts or rainbows or robots or dinosaurs. Today, I think I'm going to stick with a star. Do you know how to draw a star? A star has 5 points, which reminds me of 15 because it groups in 5s. So I'm going to draw 15 stars today. Can you draw along with me? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, I'm tired. That was a lot of drawing. How many more do I need? I got to 10. I need 5 more. Ready? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 stars. So today for our number of the day, 15, I was able to show it in a bunch of different ways. We made tally marks. We wrote the word. We drew the number. We wrote it in pairs to figure out that it was odd. And then we drew it in stars. So for the number of 15, we came up with a bunch of different ideas for how to get there. Now let's take our brains one more step up and see if we can add or subtract to get to the number 15. Here's my markup here today to help us. We're going to do some number bonds. Number bonds are 2 numbers that work together to get to that number 15. So I'm going to draw it up here for us because I want us to remember that we're working on the number 15. I wonder if my chart over here can help us come up with some ideas. The first idea that I thought of was this one down here. I have 14 even pairs and 1 more. Can we do 14 plus 1? Does that equal 15? And let's write it together in a number sentence. So I'm going to write 14 plus 1. If I make 14 plus 1 in my number bond, does it equal to 15? It does. So let's add in our answer of 15. Great job. That's one way to make the number 15. What's another way to make the number 15? By looking at my number chart over here, I can see 5, 10, and 5 more. Should we try that one? What would that number sentence say? 10 plus 5. Does that equal 15? It does. So I'm going to say 10 and 5 in my number bond together to make 15. Now let's make the sentence. 10 plus 5 equals 15. Now I have something tricky down on the bottom of my chart over here. Instead of adding, we're going to take away. So start thinking about some numbers that you can do that. What's one more way that we can add up to make 15? What are your ideas? What about if I start with the number 8? How many more do I need to add to get 15 if I start with the number 8? One way I can find an answer is to add up. Add on from 8. So let's start with 8 and see what my next number needs to be. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I added up 7 more. Let's see if I write it here. Does 8 plus 7 equal 15? It does. So let's make that my next number sentence. 8 plus 7 equals 15. We're doing such a great job coming up with different ways to make 15. And there's so many more different ways to come up with. I'm going to let you try some at home alone. And today we're going to tackle a takeaway. We still want our answer to be 15 when we're done. So let's go ahead and make that our answer. Now what can we do to make a subtraction sentence that equals 15? What's a number that you feel pretty comfortable with that we could start with? How about 20? I like 20 because it's a nice, even number. I can get there by counting by tens, and I can even get there by counting by twos. So what would 20 have to subtract to get 15? I gave you a clue when I was working over here. 5, 10, 15, 20. I know that if I'm counting by fives, I can get to 20. So if I take away 5, I think I can also get to 15. Does that work? Did I do it right? I think I did, but why don't you check me at home? Your brains are so much smarter than mine. Let's do one more together. Let's do an easy one. Let's start with the number 16. 16 is right by the number 15. So how many do I need to take away to get to 15? Only 1. If I take away 1, that will help me get to 15. I hope you had fun with me today working on our number of the day, 15. Up next, we have a great guest reader, Mr. Ortiz, sharing a fun math book with us today. And stay tuned for Miss Abby, also for another math game. Thanks for joining us today, and see you again tomorrow.
Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome. I am Mr. Ortiz here at Zuni Elementary. A big shout out to all of the Eagles there at Zuni. I hope you are having fun and enjoying some learning at home. Today I have an exciting book. one of my favorite books, and if you know Mr. Ortiz, he has tons of favorite books, and it's called Monster Math, written by Annie Miranda, illustrated by Polly Powell, published by Boyer's Publishing Company. Let's get started. Monster Math. My title page, Monster Math, illustrated by Polly Powell and written by Annie Miranda. One little monster is looking at you. There's a knock at the door. I wonder who could it be? And now there's two. Three silly monsters can stand on their heads. Can you stand on your head? I'm sure you can. 4 bouncing monsters are jumping on beds. 5 screaming monsters are chasing each other. While I'm reading, think about how is Mr. Ortiz counting? By 1s, 2s, 5s, or 10s. 6 wiggly monsters are posing for mother. Can you pose for me at home? Beautiful job. 7 starved monsters are licking the dishes. 8 blow out candles and make birthday wishes. At home, can you blow out some candles? 9 sticky monsters are washing their faces. Maybe they should be washing their hands too. That would be a good idea, especially now. 10 speedy monsters run 10 monster races. The monsters keep coming, and mother's lost count. 10 more make 20, and monsters amount. 30 loud monsters are dancing and singing. La 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 la. How many monsters are there now? I hope you said 30. Good job listening. Now there are 40. Doorbell keeps ringing. Ding dong. Oh. What do you think monster mother's feeling right now? Overwhelmed? Nervous? Maybe even scared? Good grief! There are 50. There are really too many. Guess who is wishing she didn't see any? Who is guessing they didn't see any? Did you say mom? Mother, you're right. Mother's wishing that. She shoos away 40. Shoo, shoo. Ten monsters won't budge. 5 wave goodbye. 5 makes fudge. So what's happening now? We've had monsters coming. Now monsters are leaving. Another departs, another leaves. 4 monsters are leaping. At home, can you leap like a frog? Good job. You're a great leaper. 1 leaves the house. 3 monsters are creeping. At home, can you creep? Get on your tippy toes and creep like a monster. Excellent job. At last, 2 go home and the party is done. How many are left? Could there only be 1? Did you say 1 at home? Good job. The house is a wreck. Oh. And the couch has been frosted. The food's been devoured. And Mother's exhausted. I would be too. But one little monster is grateful and glad. It's the best birthday party that she's ever had. Thank you, boys and girls, for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did. Remember, while reading, look at the pictures, sound out the words, and you'll be an excellent reader. Thank you so much for listening. Up next, we have Miss Abby, who is going to show us a fun and amazing game that you can do at home. Thank you.
Hi, learners. It's Miss Abby, and I'm back with
Mr. Ortiz.
Hi there, and we have an activity today. It's called Excellent Math, kind of like excellent math, but it has something to do with eggs. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be amazing.
But in case you've been sitting, let's take a little brain break. Do you have an idea for a brain break?
You know what? I actually do. It's something that I like to do inside my classroom.
Let's hear it.
And I would love to share it with you guys. All right?
Yes.
So we have star jumps. Have you ever heard of star jumps?
Well, Miss Q did stars. I don't know what star jumps are, though. Like a jump?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So think about how can you make your body into a star? Perfect. Yep, that's absolutely right, right? We have how many points to a star?
5.
5.
I've seen 6-pointed stars. I've never seen a 4-pointed star, though.
True.
Okay.
But for this case, we're doing 5 points.
Okay.
5 points. So just like how Miss Abby just showed us, can you at home get into a star position? Great. Now we're going to put our arms down and we're going to hop up. So jump straight up and make that star point. Ready?
How do we come down?
We're bending our legs and carefully.
So we don't come down like a star.
No, you come down with your legs together and just like this.
Can you show me one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here we go. And let's do one first, and then we'll see how many we want to do.
You'll do one first, then I'll do one.
Okay.
Because I just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Here we go. Ready? I'm going to make that star. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, star. Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, let's try it again. Let's try it together.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, star. Boom. Excellent job. Now, can you make a half a star? Yeah, or
It's like a dance move.
it is kind of like a dance. You could do like this, right? Or you could do kind of like a diagonal.
I'm just going to keep going.
And if you don't want to jump at home, you can just staying it on the ground, right? Just staying on the ground.
But I like that we're standing up, getting a little oxygen to our body. So if I'm doing a half star, I jump, half star, and then come down.
Yep.
Okay.
Or you could do it on the floor too.
Okay.
All right.
How many were we going to do?
What's your favorite number?
13.
13 star jumps.
Should we do less than 13? Is that a lot?
Let's end with 13, but let's get prepared and let's work our way up. So maybe
Okay.
5, counting by 5s.
Okay. Where?
This-
Okay.
All right, here we go. So you could go fast or slow, but we'll go slow.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That
Good
was fun.
job.
I love brain breaks. They kind of give me a little exercise before I'm thinking.
Especially now, right? Because gyms are closed, but we can definitely have a gym at home.
Should we do a little bit more?
Let's do it.
Okay, what should we do? Maybe half. Because I was doing full stars. Were you doing full stars?
I was doing full.
You were doing full. I was too. Maybe we'll do some half.
You want to do halves?
I'm going to keep one arm down.
Okay.
I'll see.
However you want to do it.
Okay, how about 4?
4. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
1.
2, 3, 4.
That was fun.
That was good.
We'll come back for maybe more star jumps later.
Sounds fun.
I like it. I like it. I have a game.
Okay.
Okay, I talked about it earlier. It's called Excellent Math. It's kind of a pun when it's just a play on words. Why don't you have a seat? And I'll talk to you about how to play the game. So you were just reading the book Monster Math.
Correct.
And in the Monster Math game, it started with a few monsters and added up.
Correct.
And then it started subtracting monsters.
Right. So it started counting by ones. Then it started skip counting to tens.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we're adding, and then we started subtracting.
Okay. Well, this game can be used for adding, subtracting, even multiplying too.
Whoa.
Today we're just going to start with adding and maybe some subtracting.
Sounds fun.
All right. For this activity, I dug into my recycling bin and I found an empty egg container. That's why it's called Excellent Math. Yeah. There's no eggs in here, obviously. Well, now it's obvious. So I take my empty egg container and I wrote numbers on the inside. I started with the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mr. Ortiz, do you know another word for the number 12 when we're talking about a group?
Dozen.
A dozen, exactly. So I have a dozen numbers here, and it was a little tricky to write them. But I wrote my dozen numbers, 1 through 12. If you have an egg carton at home and a marker, try this. Next, I'll need something to bounce around inside of my egg carton. So I had 2 pieces of foil. If you have 2 small marbles, maybe even 2 rocks, two small items that if I close them into my egg carton, I can shake it and they'll move around inside.
Like little Legos.
Great idea. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. All right, so I'm going to take one, crumble it up, and squeeze it tight. Tight. Okay. I'll drop it, and I'm going to make a second one.
And any container will work, right? And you just need to kind of like label it.
Good, yeah. I like egg cartons. I eat eggs at my house. I know not everyone eats eggs, but instead of just recycling them, I like to try and reuse them.
Absolutely.
You're right. Other containers that have different sections would definitely work.
Good.
Definitely. All right. So I squeeze my aluminum foil very small, and I put it in my container. Now, when I close my container, can you hear it shaking?
Shake, shake, shake.
Now, when I open it up, I got a double.
Ooh.
What that means is both of my aluminum foil balls landed in the same section. I almost think we should do like a double star, like something. So 11 and 11. I know my doubles. 11 plus 11 makes 22. What I'm doing is I'm adding the number that the aluminum foil balls go into. When I put them back in, I can put them anywhere. I'll close it, and I just shake.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah, you could sing, shake, make it fun. Oh, wow. The aluminum balls I'm mixing up my words today, went in different sections. Now, the number 6 plus 11. I'll put 11 in my head, 11, and count on 6 fingers. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. So that added up to 17. I could do this all by myself, but I like to play. I like to play games, and Mr. Ortiz is fun. So we are going to play a game. Now, excellent math can be played with addition, subtraction, multiplication, but today we'll start with addition. So the way we're going to play is I will shake up my egg carton, and my answer will be what I stick with first. So say I get 17 again. Mr. Ortiz will then go, and if his aluminum foil lands on a 2 and a 3, what does that make?
5.
5. So if my answer is 17 and his answer is 5, we're going to say that the larger number wins that round. Does that make sense? So our goal for this one is to make large numbers.
Okay.
We will keep track with a tally chart. So Miss Quintana was talking about tally marks here. So we're going to use tally marks here as well. The person with the most tally marks wins.
Oh, I hope I win.
Well, it'll be fun anyway, even if I lose. I like doing math. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, excellent math. Excellent math. I'll open it up. Look what numbers I got. 2 plus 7. I'll put 7 in my head. 8, 9. My number is 9. Are you ready? Wherever you want, you can shake it up.
Let's see. Shake, shake, shake. Shaking legs. Maybe I need to bounce it. Can we bounce?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, I have 11 and 12.
Those are big numbers.
Those are big numbers.
Can you add them in your head?
Okay. And if I can't do it in my head, I could use a number line to help me at home as a resource, right? Or use my fingers, or even draw it out.
Yeah. I was thinking 11 and 12, that's a double. 11 and 11 plus one more.
Right.
You know your doubles. Well, how are you going to add those two numbers?
So I'm going to look at the numbers that I kind of already know. Like I know that they're double. I have a 2 and a 1. That makes 3. And then a 1 and a 1 makes 2. So that's 23.
Definitely. I only had 9. So you win.
Oh.
23 is greater than 9.
Excellent.
Excellent job. So, will you go ahead and give yourself a tally mark?
Absolutely. Oop. I think I'm taking the table with me.
All right. Let's keep playing. I'm going to drop them in. Excellent math. Excellent math. All righty. Look what I got. 6 plus, after 7 comes 8. I'll put 8 in my head. I like to count on. And I'll add on 6 fingers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ooh, I got 14.
That's a big number.
It's excellent.
It is an excellent number. Let me go with the bouncing.
Okay.
I like to bounce.
I like it.
Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Miss Abby, I have one that's stuck in the middle.
I think we should rebounce.
Rebounce it.
Rebounce.
All right. Here we go. Oh. I have 8 and 11. So kind of like what Miss Abby's been doing, she's been counting on. So I'm going to put 11 in my head, and I'm going to do 8. Count 8 with my fingers. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Do you remember the number I had? I had 14. Is 14 larger than 19?
Unfortunately not.
That means you get another tally mark. Yes. Nice job. Excellent job. So, just using this container, we can come up with a lot of different math games. I want another chance, but I will let you go first.
All right.
Yes.
So we're changing it up a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Here we have 1 and 4. 5.
5. Did you just know that fact?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep, we do that a lot in my class.
Nice.
A lot of
I like fast
minute.
facts.
Yes.
Yeah, fast.
Minute math.
So I have to beat 5. This should be easy.
Not jive, but 5.
Not jive, 5. Hive,
Dive
alive.
and alive.
All right. I have, oh no, look what I got. 1 plus 2, 3. Friends, is 5 larger than 3? It is. Good job, Mr. Ortiz. Can you give yourself another tally mark?
I think I'm just getting lucky because it's my first time here.
Beginner's luck.
There you go.
Oh, that is excellent. I'm going to be happy for you even though I'm losing.
Thank you.
Why don't we switch it up?
Okay.
Okay, so we played with addition, and real fast, let's play with subtraction.
Okay.
Okay, so let's draw a horizontal side-to-side line because we're going to start a new game. You won the addition game. Why don't we circle your tally marks? You won that round. Yay.
And I'm going to put a little smiley face on yours too. Because
Aw, thank you, friend. Thank you. All right, now when we play subtraction, there is a rule we have to remember.
Okay.
Okay, so if my aluminum foil ball falls in an 8 and another falls in a 3, I have to start with my larger number. Because if I have 3, I can't take away 8. I don't have enough. But if I start with 8, I can take away 1, 2, 3, and have 5 left over. So remember, when we're subtracting, start with the larger number first. Then subtract the smaller number. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
I think we're ready for more excellent math, but this time, subtraction.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I will close up my egg carton. I will shake it up, shake it up. I like how it sounds. It's almost like music class too. Alrighty, learners, look what I have. 5 and 8. That's almost like what I just said.
Yeah.
8 is larger, so I'll start with the number 8, and I'm going to count back until I hear the number 5. That's a little bit different. 8, 7, 6, 5. I have 3 numbers left. So 8 take away 5 equals 3. Oh, wait, we forgot to say, do we want to have the smallest number or the largest number? We get to make our rules.
Yeah, I think since we did the larger number, let's change it up and do the smaller number.
All right, so my answer is 3.
Oh.
8 take away 5 equals 3. Let's see what you come up with.
All right. Bouncing. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Let me start. 8. Seems like a lucky number. 3.
8, 3. There are some numbers that are connected, but let me see what you're thinking.
So I'm going to start with 8, and then I'm going to count and hop backwards 3 times. Those 3 hops. So 8, 7, 6, 5.
Wow.
So it's 8 minus 3 equals 5. But what did we say?
We said that the least number, the lowest number, the smallest number wins. I have 3, you have 5, so I get a tally mark.
There you go, Fred.
Yay. I like how this game's going. All
Your line
right.
is bigger than mine.
Would you like to start?
Whoa. 12 minus 1 equals, did you say 11? I bet you did.
Good. Pat yourself on the back if you said 11, because 12 minus 1 equals 11.
Yeah,
That's also a pretty big number.
it is.
I have to get a smaller number in order to get my new tally mark. Let's see. Excellent math. Excellent math.
And this is so much fun. Like, you could do it at home with your grown-ups, with your brothers or sisters.
You could even do a Google Meet call and play with a friend or a family member too. So I have 12 and 11. 12 take away 11. I can start with 12 in my head and count back 11 hops, or I can start with 12 in my head and count until I hear 11 out loud. 12, 11. It's only 1 away. Mr. Ortiz, I won that round too.
You did.
I had 1. What was your answer?
11.
11. All right. So we are out of time today for the rest of our game, but can you imagine all the other ways we can use this egg carton just to play excellent math?
Absolutely.
You could add a third aluminum foil ball and add up all 3 numbers. We can multiply lots of different things. Learners, I hope at home you find fun ways to make games like Mr. Ortiz and I just showed you. If you do, please share it with us. Thank you for watching At Home with APS.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Adriana,
And I'm Tawana.
and we wanted to stop by to check in with you to see how you all were feeling today. Sometimes when we do a feeling check-in, we use a chart. So if you're at home and you don't have a feelings chart, you can very easily make one. You can draw your emojis on there and write different emotions or feelings that you might have. Today, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Tawana, how are you feeling today?
I am also feeling nervous, a little scared. This is my first time doing this, and so it's just nerve-wracking for me.
So when you're nervous, how does your body feel?
Well, I get butterflies in my stomach. My palms sweat just a little bit. I kind of clench in.
All right. When I'm nervous, sometimes I like to do a breathing activity. So if you all can show me your hand, and we're going to practice breathing. So you have one hand, use your pointer, and we are going to take a deep breath in, pause at the top, and exhale. Breathe out. Take another deep breath in, pause at the top, and breathe out. Take a deep breath in, pause at the top, and breathe out. Deep breath in, breathe out. Take another deep breath in, hold it here, and breathe out. That makes me feel a little bit better. Tawana, how are you feeling?
I am feeling a little bit better.
Nice.
All right. So one thing I know about doing some deep breathing is it helps us relax and it helps us be a little bit more positive. Another thing that can help us be more positive is noticing acts of kindness that are happening around us. So today we are going to make a kindness tree to practice noticing those acts of kindness. So at home, if you have a piece of paper, if you have some markers or some crayons, you can make your kindness tree grow. It's a special kind of tree. The more acts of kindness you see, the bigger your tree grows. All right. So to start our tree, we're going to use a marker and we're going to use some paper. The first thing we need for a tree is a trunk. So let's draw a trunk. I'm going to use a simple triangle for my trunk. You can use straight lines, you can use a rectangle, you can use whatever you want to for your trunk or your tree. I'm going to color it in just brown, just to add some color. Your coloring does not have to be perfect. It can be exactly the way you want it. If you have construction paper or paints at home, you can make this many different ways. All right, so there's the trunk of my kindness tree. Now the leaves are what makes this kindness tree special. So we're going to add some leaves. The way we add leaves to a kindness tree is by noticing acts of kindness. So when I'm thinking of ways that I can be kind to somebody else, I can think of saying thank you. That's one way to be kind. So I'm going to add a leaf. And I'm going to add the word thanks to it. Adriana, do you have any ways to be kind?
Well, one way is when you help other people. So last night, my family helped me drawing pictures for this. So
Okay.
helping is a good way.
All right, so I'm going to make another leaf. If you want to make your leaves like mine, you can. Or if you want to use your hand that we used for breathing, you can trace your hand and have hand-shaped leaves. Helping others is another way to be kind. Okay, let's see. Oh, my daughter helped me clean the other day. I'm going to add a leaf for that because it was really helpful. After dinner, there was a huge mess, and I was tired. And she said, you know what? I will do the dishes.
Nice.
Okay.
Another way, sometimes when you see somebody who's not very happy or they're sad, if you smile at them, you just walk by, say hi, and smile, that can make them feel better. That's another act of kindness.
Smiling is a great way to be kind. Smiling. Okay. Can you guys think of ways to be kind? Oh, taking good care of your pets, I heard somebody say. That's a great way to be kind. I'm going to use pets for short. But that's one way to be kind. What about making a card for somebody? You don't have to have a whole lot of stuff to be able to make a card. Just a piece of paper and some crayons. You can fold it up. And you can write a nice note to somebody inside the card. Okay. You have any others, Adriana?
Sometimes just being a friend, maybe giving a high five.
High fives. That's positive encouragement too. Lets people know that we like them. Okay. How about, we can draw a pretty picture for somebody. Or picking up the trash. When we see trash on the sidewalks and we pick it up, we're taking care of our area. Picking up trash. I almost spelled that wrong. Okay. I have one more area for one more leaf. Do we have any more acts of kindness? Oh, telling someone you love them. There's many ways to do that. We can do it with words, and we can also do it by the way we act around them. Showing love, drawing nice pictures, picking up trash, making a card, giving someone a high five, those are all ways we can show kindness. When we start noticing the kindness that we are showing others and that others are showing us, we start to feel happier. Okay. We have a poem that we are going to read that has to do with kindness. So kind hearts are the gardens, kind words are the roots, kind thoughts are the flowers, kind deeds are the fruits. Take care of your garden and keep out the weeds. Fill it with sunshine, kind words, and kind deeds. All right, so let's see. We have kind. Fill it with sunlight, and kind. Let's focus on being kind today as we go throughout our day.
So one thing that I really like about this poem, and I really like about listing all of the kind things, is it keeps us in the present moment. When we're thinking about kind things that we do for other people, or we're thinking about kind things that other people are doing for us, it keeps us focusing on the here and now. We're not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. We are not worried about what might have happened yesterday. We are staying in the present moment, and that is really important. So we're going to try the breathing one more time. This time, we are going to think about kind thoughts. So let's take a deep breath in. Think of something kind. Breath out. Breath in. Think of something kind. Take a breath out. Inhale, something kind that you can do for somebody today, and then take a breath out. Take a deep breath in. Think of a kind action that somebody has done for you, and breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Last kind thought you can think of, and breathe out.
All right. So thank you guys for joining us today for At Home with APS. If you make a kindness tree and you want to share a picture of it, please send it to our YouTube channel, the Twitter feed, or Instagram. We'd love to see the kindness trees that you guys make. Thank you.